Sure, make sure audio's on there.
They're gonna love this triple team here.
He wants to announce tier 5 anyway.
One
We'll start up. I'll just do the introduction. You just take turns with tiers.
Fine.
So who else? You will start with 5.
I'll do 5.
You do 5, 3, 1, and then Wheeler does.
Hold on, party settings.
Yeah, I'll do 5, 3, 1. That's fine.
Right.
Chat. Always allowed, isn't it, for the voice to be shared?
Yeah, make sure it's always allowed. I'll even check mine now. No, I'm just... Jeez, 24 people already in. Holy moly. Well, you can do it whatever you want there, Connell.
Okay, we'll get going here.
Sure will.
Right, once there, take it away if you want there.
Alright, so welcome to League of Ireland Season 5 announcement, teams and calendar announcement. So we're going to be here, hopefully not too long, but we're going to have a chat between the whole 5 tiers. We have 100 drivers and myself and the admins. We had a Zoom call there, I think a week ago, or
Yeah, a week ago.
just sorting out the teams, sorting out where's where, and it's so hard with 100 drivers and texting everyone for an individual team, so we try to do the best we can, and if there's any problems just give us a text after and they'll try fix this out. But we're going to start with tier 5 and work our way up to tier 1. So we're going to start with the newest tier, and hopefully from last season tier 4 was a big success, so hopefully this success will lead to tier 5. Tier 4 will be the near 2 for tier 5, so we don't know who's quit pace wise, I could say. We don't know roughly who's where, so it was very difficult putting tier 5 together. But we have Connell here anyway with tier 5, and we're going to give a bit of predictions, talk about the drivers and blah blah blah, so you know yourselves, everyone.
Right lads, welcome. So I'll go through tier 5 here. So in the Mercedes we have Danjo and Big Jambo. In the Ferrari we have Danny Mac and Wheelo. Red Bull we have Mini Hartford and Tony Jackson. In McLaren we have Nando Loris and Bear Grylls. We have in the Renault we have Midland Trucker and Stefans. In Alpha Tower we have the Matt Corkman and Chappie. Racing Point we have Meepus Champ and more Mick. In the Alfa Romeo we have Elman and Jack Atlantic. In the Haas we have Bar Too Far or something. Bar Too Far. Can't pronounce.
Yeah.
Sorry. Well, then we have Jack Sully. Then in the Williams then we have Jim Bick and Moo Man.
That's
So that's tier 5.
what's your predictions there? Any predictions in the tier 5?
Being perfectly honest now, I think if Nando practices, he has a very good chance of winning this. Obviously, since he's taken off the assists, as we always tell everyone to do, we highly recommend it. I think he has a good chance of, if he keeps the car on track, and winning that. No problem, I'd say. Yeah, that would be my winner for the championship anyway.
Yeah, I'll probably talk to Wheelo because Wheelo's in that tier anyway, but looking at it there, like you have Danjo up there. It's, you have the Meeples, obviously he's taken off assists, so he's taken everything off, so he wants this, he doesn't think he's progressing anywhere, so he's going to take assists off, and hopefully you'll probably find different routes and how to get quicker, and it's the quickest way obviously. And he had a big break as well, and now he has a few race bands coming in, and then you have probably Millman. He seems consistent looking at him. We have the Fawns and Elman from Tier 4, and Wheelo and Danjo. They were the Tier 4 drivers, and Corkman, he's in from Tier 3. I think that tier would suit him much better.
Yeah.
In AlphaTauri, but it's going to be close. I think whoever stays alive really for the next 12 weeks could win that tier and just practice.
The effort.
Yeah, it's like that last season with Owen. Owen really improved, like Austria onwards, and you probably get a driver like that halfway through the season. Sorry, it'll just improve like rapidly. So it's trying to. I've made that tier because it's not for people to improve rapidly. I think it's people for to improve slowly, because it's just hard to control someone's talent. So as they get quicker. But Wheelo, how would you think about that tier now?
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be, a lot of competitive drivers, and so looking forward to obviously joining the Ferrari family and do as well as I can. So,
and any predictions from you? Just talking to you in general, like well, I know you want to get a few points, but I know you want to fight for wings, and
yeah,
I know
well, obviously it's my first full season. So as I said, if I can be competitive, I'd be happy. Any way possible challenge for wins and podiums, then I'd bite your hand off for it. So
yeah, that's true. And if I gave you, if I had 20 quid to back on you, where would you be confident you'd finish?
Finish anywhere top 5 in the championship. But even if I'm outside top 5, yes, I'd be a little bit gutted. But as I said, if I can finish anywhere top, so.
Perfect. Anyway, well done, Wheelo, and I know you've took off the assists, and hopefully
as well. I was just going to say, for myself and Danielle, if we can score as many points for the Ferrari team as possible in every race for the constructors, that as well.
Yeah, I know Danny Mac, and I was talking to me, and she just wanted to get, because Danny Mac was always in a Mercedes or an Alfa Romeo in season 1, but something different, and hopefully she gets on running, and hopefully the new lads and Danjo and all just get good points and you just enjoy it. That's really the main thing we have, it just for you to enjoy it, and hopefully you speak no nuclear bombs going off between you. But
hopefully no Russell and Bottas today in the racing. So
yeah, that's it. That's it. But that's tier 5, and if anyone had any predictions of it, obviously it's hard to really say because we're just naming them out, but we'll have them in the Discord after this anyway. But do you want to go into tier 4, Connell?
Yeah, I'll do tier 4 there now. So for tier 4 in the Mercedes, we have Scooty Baby and Cove Gunner. Ferrari, we have Jake, JJB, and Ross, aka John Purple. In the Red Bull, we have Lahern and Jamie Enright. In McLaren, we have Reece Lally and Harry Curley. In the Renault, we have Cordet and DK Flemmo. The Alpha Tower, we have Major Jam and Kaiser Irish Gun. In the Racing Point, we have Why Not C and LOY Dazed. In the Alfa Romeo, we have Angry Chameleon and Vern. In the Haas, we have Anthony LED and Blue Gunner. And in the Williams, you have Stephen and Luke Dookie.
Yes, so
that's a very competitive tier now.
Yeah, it's a tight one.
Yeah, that could be good racing in that now. We look forward to that.
It's tier, like I'm gonna be talking like. Yeah, like you have the likes of Jay runner up. I'm not too sure. Well, this what we're doing with announcements. Where I should announce at the start. These are about 98% of confirmed. It's just I just wanted to get it out there and for you to know what team you will be in and the calendar. I don't want to leave it too late, but I'll be getting on to just a few other people. But this will be most likely what the tiers would be like anyway. And you have like Scooty Baby and Cobe Gunner. We had Cobe Gunner in the practice race during the week. We had to scout him, a few of us did, and a few others. We have like Reece Sally and Harry Corley. They'd be a good team. I know Chameleon and Vern. I know in tier 3, I know they're gas lads, but I think they'd be more happy in that tier now, tier 4 now. I think they'd be
100%.
like, they'd be getting like, it's a very close tier by looking at it. Like, if
it's something now that the lads will have to be tuned in. They can't be one of this, you know, kind of, I suppose, amateur carry on. You know, it's a bit more of a serious tier. It is a down tier for like Chameleon and Vern, but at the same time it's competitive. Tier 4 is no slouch, you know.
yeah,
so like the people in tier 4 could be competitive in tier 3, like.
yeah, it's we just have it tried. It's tier 4 is like tier 3.5. Well, it's nearly every tier. It's just the more tiers, it's gonna get closer. It's just spreading out. It's like steps. Like the more you spread out, like the less the incline of it. Like, but yeah, you have. It's so hard to pick a winner out there. I know Major Jam has improved so much.
Oh yeah, even I was talking to Budge actually at the time. Budge and him are good mates in Bahrain, and he was extremely quick in Bahrain. I know he is on the wheel, so all he can do is get quicker from that, you know.
Yeah.
So, and I suppose the likes of people say in tier 1, Dan OM and Saucy on the wheel, they're just getting quicker and quicker and quicker. So, you know, he has so much to gain from that. Like being perfectly honest, like I can't pick someone to win that. It's so tight.
But
I honestly can't.
Alright, Alright, so you probably have the quickest lads, but what is the difference between the slowest car in second wise and the fastest car?
I reckon for tier 4 it's going to be in and around 5/10 to 9/10 mark, I think. Now I could be talking out of my arse here, but I think poll times, I think people in the likes of the bottom 5 would be 5 to 9/10 off that, I think. I suppose that's just a safe guess.
9/10, yeah, but about a second you could say, yeah, it's...
Yeah, I'd say in around, it was anything from a second to 5/10, half a second, I think would be fair enough assessment. But at the same time, if there's a second between a full 20 drivers, that's ridiculous. Like,
yeah, but
second, you know,
yeah,
that's very
like,
close.
yeah, that's good. That's it. And if anyone gets it, if we're replacing anyone, we have loads of standby, and if we're replacing anyone, people will be that pace. Like, they won't be like, oh, you're getting a tier 1 or tier 2 or tier 3 down in that tier. I'll just have it as equal as I could.
You'd be safe in saying, you know, 80% of the player base on F1 will probably be tier 4 pace, tier 3 pace, you know.
Yeah, in this country,
So,
yeah, probably in this country.
In Ireland anyway, yeah. So, but like, that's good. Like, I suppose I'm just gonna throw one out here. Like, if John Purple races, I think we're still waiting on him for a confirmation, but I think if he races, he'll walk it personally. And obviously, Corbin's quick there too. Like, he's grand and consistent. Stephen and Nuki Dookie as well. You know, it's tight. Like, it's very tight. Like that championship lead could change every race. You might never know. Like, you know, it could be up and down. Like, I can't honestly pick a winner from that now.
It's
very tight, I think now.
It's two to pair. Like, it's completely like when you're battling from P8 to P10 to P6, for an instance. If you're battling for the win, it's completely different. Like, because when you're near the back of the field and you're like, oh, I'll get points, grand. You just have nothing to lose then. But when there's a lot of pressure on people, like, to win and like we've seen there in the past seasons, the quickest driver doesn't necessarily win, like, and sometimes the quickest driver could have a good lead as well and just get swamped up in the last couple of races.
And like, the quickest driver on the day could have just have an off day and not be, you know, good racing or whatever, you know.
And that's it. Everybody, 100 drivers here off day, no matter what. We're all gonna have our bad days. So Yeah, so that's tier 4. It's so close. It's a great tier anyway, and I wish all the lads the best. Wheelo, do you, by looking at that in tier 4, do you have any predictions?
Well, obviously, I raced against Steve last year, and they were very quick, point scorers, so I'd say they'll be up there. Yeah, obviously, I know Jigs had some time, but I think he'll be quick if he can start off with a chance. And same if Ross races, he'll be up there as well. So I think, for me, I think those maybe 4 would be up there, but wouldn't surprise me if anybody out there won it. So
Yeah, that's
personally,
yeah, that's true. Wheelo, you're spot on there, and then that would be tier 4. Be so tier 5 would be at 10 o'clock on a Thursday night, with tier 4 on 9:30 on a Wednesday night. But if anyone wants to change it to 10 o'clock, they're more than will do a vote if they want it. But that's most likely gonna be 9:30.
Very happy to tend to drivers' needs, and if people agree, we don't mind.
Yeah, even it's a half an hour. What's a half an hour gonna do? So. Yeah, so we'll move on to the next one.
You want to change for a certain week 10 o'clock and another week 9:30. There's no worries,
That's it.
Yeah, that's tier 4. I look forward to that now. Hopefully, I'll be doing comms now for that. If we go to watch and even commentary on that.
Yes, that's true. We'll have our commentator sorted.
We want to do tier 3, will we?
We'll sort that out. We'll have the commentator sorted out, and we'll have them. We don't want to switch commentators around each week, week in and week out. So we're gonna try to get 10 commentators and have their day of the week once. You can switch it around if you're stuck or something. So it's no big deal. So who done tier for you, Colin? In a tier 3 now.
Right, so I'll go to in the Mercedes we have Budge and Dan Crowley. The Ferrari we have Big Leo and John Oyakuncha. In the Red Bull we have Glenn Mack and Adam Whelan. In the McLaren we have Eloy Kachiga and Ryan F1. The Renault we have Michelangelo and Ben Ratcliffe. Alpha Tower we have TTV United Boy and Joe MXC. The Racing Point with Garrett Dash and the Little Spud. The Alfa Romeo is Smooth to Be Fast and College for Spurs. The Haas we have Is a Hero
and is a hero.
I think I'm not sure about that now. Anyway, in the Williams we have Mayo Man and Jack Carty. Do we have another Williams driver?
Mayo Man and Jack Carty.
No, Haas is meant there's 2 Is a Heroes down.
I think there's 2. Yeah, I don't know who that is actually. I'll get back to that anyway. I'll have it up in the.
Someone else in the house anyway. He's not by himself anyway.
Yeah.
That's all confirmed anyway.
It's a close one. I think we'll have Zeus. I have Zeus in there actually. Zeus Hammerfist. Remember him in season 2?
Yes. Oh yeah, Zeus.
Yeah, so I would have had him in there. So I think with that tier now, you have the Budge. We did that Dan Crowley. We were in between a tier 2 and a tier 3 for him, but I think he's never experienced.
Yes, remember he was good in the race there last Thursday, was it?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that now.
So you have Budge and Dan Crowley. You have them 2 there. I know Budge would be pushing for a championship. I know Budge would.
Wheel fixed.
Yeah. So we have Leo and Jono.
Yeah.
They're gonna be a good team.
Yeah. He'll be way up there.
Then you have Glenn Mack and A Whelan in the Red Bull.
A Whelan obviously coming up from tier 4, so
you saw much potential A Whelan does as well, and they put in grind. And Glenn Mack is just a solid. He's like a points harvester. He just gets points no matter what.
Yeah. And obviously Kachiga, if he gets his wheel fixed, he'll be up there. I think.
Obviously, Joe was considered for last year too.
Yeah, Joe in the Alpha Tower, he's turned off the assist now.
Yeah. So and then you have LOI Ryan F1. He's just always hovering around.
Yeah.
I think he won't have a big push this year with Ryan. I think he could push for a few podiums and maybe like have a race win. That's what he'd be probably happy with. Then obviously,
Michelangelo and always hanging around as well.
yeah, he's
Always
always around. Yeah, on the wheel now. So I think he'd be a man. He'd be solid. Like he'd be you know what's gonna kill him? Lack of consistency. So if he doesn't get points, it'd be hard for him. And then Ben Ratcliffe, the man, one of the most improving drivers at the moment. Yeah, so he's like a Tommy in an Owen. Just he's on an incline and he's not stopping. So he will be a force to reckon with now this season.
And then United Boy, he's on the wheel and he was fair play to him. He's handy enough in the tier 2 last season. He was tier 2, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was tier 2.
Yeah, handy enough. Fair play to him in the tier 2, and I think we'll all think that this tier will suit him a lot better. He'll be more comfortable, I think, and then Joe as well, his teammate. Yeah, Joe obviously doing bits in tier 4 last season, and obviously definitely deserved to get upgraded to tier 3. And then obviously Gareth Dash, who won a race as well. And then
Singapore, yeah.
Back to us. So obviously Spode was when he left, he was tier 2 pace, but obviously
he won tier 2 in season 2. That just goes to show you.
Yeah.
When he came back, he was at the back of tier 2, and I think tier 3 would suit him more.
Better, yeah.
So it's a no-brainer, and
yeah, Sweet Too Fast and Kaj will be very up there. I think he's always up in the top 5s, top 7s. I think Kaj has a good chance as well for a few points, and Sweet Too Fast as well. And obviously, his hero will be.
He'd be hoping to get points. Like I think his hero will be hoping just getting P8, P9, P10.
Can't remember off the top of my head the pace of Zeus Hammerfist.
Yeah, he won the first race in season 2, as I remember. We had in Austria that season.
Yeah.
I think he went up to tier 1. Then he went up to tier 1. Then I had to move him back down, but. He'd be a solid, like he's a good driver. He just sometimes he gets a bit mentally, the head gets at him sometimes, but that's understandable. Like, but
yeah. Then obviously Jack Harty, who was in tier 4, he's come up now, and Mailman obviously staying there, winning 2 races. I think it was he won last season. So if Mailman gets the consistency down and obviously doesn't lose the head, he'll be fairly safe for a few points, I think.
Yeah, it's Mailman just needs to, like, he wins and then he has one good, he gets a win and then he's probably P9 or P10 or P12 and then he wins the next race or as a podium. He's just
needs to not be up and down, just needs to be sticking on one place in the leaderboard. If he can get like, I reckon, obviously he's had a few family issues, so he hasn't been training as much. But once he gets back on the ground running here now, I reckon he'll be getting consistent top 5s.
Yeah.
He'll be in points, I think. I'd safely say he'll be in the points for, I would say, 80%, 90% of the races. But if he can just keep the head, keep it cool, and keep the laps coming, he'll be fine for top 5s, I think.
That's it, and I think once you have a good teammate in a higher tier, it actually really helps you because there's a few people there that can work together as teams and they'll push them on, like. So Colin, what would you think? That 20 quid I gave you and boom.
Do you know what, like, no. I can't remember what I said the other night in the Zoom call we had, but
I think I have this on Ted's notebook here somewhere.
If Budge keeps the head and doesn't blow a gasket, which he has in the past, I reckon he'll have it. Because Budge is always thereabouts, you know, he's always there, and he's just going to be getting quicker on that wheel. And he's consistent, you know, and just can't be having nightmares. Like, I reckon top 3 would be Budge. Excuse me. I reckon it'd be Budge, Gareth Dash, and I would say Ben Ratcliffe, I'd say. Could be the top 3. I'm not sure now what I said the other night, but I could have said Chiggy the other night, I'm not sure now, but obviously hoping now he gets his wheel fixed, he'll be up there as well.
So it's hard. You haven't a clue. You wouldn't have a clue.
Could be high luck, lads. Someone could win.
But
no, like you might know who would win the first race. Like you know what I mean. You'll never know.
I know.
Like
I know from the last 2 seasons, the quickest driver has never won Tier 3.
Yeah.
The one like the lads who like they were there, just it's a hard tier to win. Like if you were the quickest driver, but it's just.
Kind of Tier 2.5, really, isn't it?
Yeah, but if you make a mistake in Tier 3, like you're at the top there, you're going to be in the top, out of the top 10, like straight away, looking at them drivers.
Because there's people not going to be 20-30 seconds behind the pack. You know, there's people will be in racing, you know.
That's it.
Yeah, like you never know, like someone might be available and a Tier 4 driver might come up for you. You never know, like a Nico Winnie, you just don't know, like.
Wheelo, any predictions?
Well, I'm gonna go for an outside in this tier. I'm gonna go for Joe.
Ooh, Wheelo has a bit of.
Got to go for.
Like as Slater said on the podcast the other night, he likes an underdog. So for me, he's very consistent in Tier 4. So for me, I like an underdog story as well. So yeah, I'd go for Joe in the Alpha Tower if I had to pick one.
There we go.
Yeah, that's a good show, definitely.
So hopefully, so no pressure now, Joe, that I'm after picking.
Only pressure tires.
I think it's
so hard.
it's hard. Like as I said, it's hard to consistent to keep winning races. No Budge. Budge doesn't. As you said, doesn't get any damage there. He's one, but I think Mailman is there too, and I think one of the A-Wheel and Ratcliffe. Then you have Jono and Leo. Leo needs to put the head down. Leo just
if he can be consistent.
Yeah,
Leo could just get on and play a bit. He'd be grand.
But yeah, that's
a small bit of effort to be grand.
But I think the Budge and that's why I put them together, and Dan. I think they'll gel well as a team.
Yeah.
Well, we all put them there as admins when we had our chat, so we tried to spread it out. That's why we had that Zoom call for. That was a hard one, but we did best. So move on to the next one, Tier 2. Anyway, so we're getting higher up. So Wheelo, you want to say this one?
Yeah, so in the Mercedes we have Spider-Man and Ox. In the Ferrari we've Slim Lad, the Irish Gary. In the Red Bull we've got LOI Big and Decky Ferg. In the McLaren we've got LOI Darwise and TRT James. In the Renault we've got newcomer Rob Keating and DK Fawn. In the Alpha Tower we have Abdul Mustafa and Smoking Aces. In the Racing Point we've got Tonka and Haribo. In the Alfa Romeo we've got Josh Nader and LOI Gary Drobo. In the Haas we've got Rory Drain and Sub-Zero. And in the Williams we've King Papa and Magoo.
That's Jeez, Tier 2. I'm looking at it here now. I think Slim people will say with Slim be the favourite out of that tier, because obviously we're farming not here racing next season, and obviously Tommy gone. But I think
at the same time there you've TRT James on the wheel as well, who is no slouch either. Obviously, you know, it was his first season, so he had him in Tier 4, but like some races he was up to the pace of Owen, but obviously Owen's got so much quicker now, like, but it's going to be close, man. It's
especially with Darwise gone down. Darwise's been in Tier 1 since the beginning, just 4 seasons in Tier 1 and 3.5, but yeah, you just see consistency. He has experience as well, so I think Darwise will be in the top 3. He should be, but if he puts his head together. But you have Josh and Ayer improving rapidly. Tonka, you know, Tonkin is like, he's like a wrecking ball, like, so you don't know what Tonka will show up.
If
Yeah.
Tonka shows up in the right gear, you know he's grand. Like,
Then you have Gary Drowroad. Like, he's just improving race by race, and he just needs. If Gary gets in clean air, he's consistent.
okay.
He doesn't like being behind cars, I notice, but I think this is a season to prove it.
When he won Brazil, wasn't it? In Tier 3, was it?
Yeah,
Yeah, he was in clean air and he gapped a couple. He was how much I think the gap was. It was a good gap behind, like. So as I said, in clean air, he's a new man.
then you have Rob
I
Keaton.
think Schlim has a good
Yeah.
chance of winning it. I think.
I was going to ask what's the pace of the Renault lads.
The Renault lads, new lads, so Dan O'Wem and Saucy have been in contact with them, and they've been saying these lads are tier 2 pace, so I had to go by their word, and I trust them as well. So they'll look well, them, and I think they know each other, so they're it's good putting them on the same team, and they probably feel a bit comfortable coming into a league. So
And
it's
obviously
good.
we had the tier 3 Euro this year.
Yeah, we have Smoking Aces took a big jump as well, and he was like a points machine in tier 4, but I noticed at the end he was just improving, and even 5-lappers. I remember when it was Austria, me and Colin, we struggled to overtake him. He was a handful to overtake, he was, but that's when I realised this lad's now messing around. But you can't judge anyone off 5-lappers, but I just know deep down I think he's just gonna, I think tier 2 will just suit him, because I don't think we'll have him in a tier 4. I think he'll just walk that, or tier 3. He's just improving at a rapid rate, so trying to predict that one in 3 races time when he'd be a proper tier 2 driver, so he'd be challenging for points. And then you have King Papa and McGee, probably a very strong team that is. Like, they're consistent, but that's King Papa. King Papa hasn't had a full season.
Some points as well.
Yeah, that's true. And then you have Rory Drain. I have the 2 tier 3 champions from season 3. I have Rory Drain, tier 3 champion. I have Sub-Zero, season 4 tier 3 champion as well, together with each other in the Haas. So then you have Abdu as well. He's a world champion in tier 2. So there's 3 world champions floating around there. So, any money lads on? Who would you have your money on?
I would go with Irish Gary in the Ferrari this year.
Okay, yes, no traction on manual gears now, so watch out.
Good show. Yeah, I think his teammate Schlim, I think Schlim will walk it.
Yes.
Schlim has potential for tier 1 pace, I think.
Yeah, it's just Slim needs to put the head down, and just, if he's having a bad race, just try to get a P5 if you can. There's not the end of the world. 10 points, lads, on, like, keep the scoreboard ticking over.
Yeah, that's it. I think Schlim will win it, I think.
But yeah, that's a tight one. That is now. I've Spider-Man in the Mercedes there. He'd be looking very strong. Yeah, I think he'd be thereabouts. He's probably the quickest time trial man in that tier, but time trial is not nothing in it. It's not everything.
No,
so
means
all that matters, if you have a full tank of fuel and a good race setup, that's all that matters. Lando Norris showed us there today. If you get the points in the race, not in quali.
That's it.
But yeah, that's tier 2, and then we're going up to tier 1 now.
The big one.
Do you want me to read out tier 1?
Yeah, read it out. No,
tier. So, right lads, in the Mercedes for tier 1 we have Dan O'M and Saucy. In the Ferrari we have Big Slater and Tiny Slater, unchanged.
Don't forget the four Slater or he'll kill you.
In the Red Bull we have Colin and Wami, aka Tommy, the tier 2 champion. In the McLaren we have Dozer and Darren O'Brien. In the Renault we have Liam Ireland and Ralph Basket. In the Alpha Tower we have O'Sheen and Cruiser. The Racing Point we have Seabucks and Ryan Dav. In the Alfa Romeo we have Jack Persons and Kella EU coming up. the Haas with Connor OB and Owen BRX, and in the Williams you have myself, LY Khan and Sully in the Williams.
Oh, that's a tasty tier, that is.
This is anybody's tier, this one.
It's a tight one. It's a tight one.
Look, I'm just gonna say it. I think Slater will win, obviously because he's an alien. But
What are you hoping for, on top 5 in the championship?
oh no, I won't get top 5. I'd be happy with a top 7 if at all possible. There's lads there far quicker than me, so I think. But obviously, some people are gonna have bad days in some other tracks.
Yeah,
So-
hopefully a podium for you then.
Yeah, I'd hope for a podium. Hopefully now there's a track coming up. Obviously we have that next to get announced. Hopefully it's a track I'm good at coming up. So, I'd hope for a podium or 2 being naughty. But yeah, so hopefully I could take advantage of someone having a bad day, you know. So I could take advantage of that.
Yeah, it's a
So I
close
think,
tier looking
it's
at it.
close. It's going to be fantastic, I think, anyway.
And everybody's nearly evened out there, like
Bases,
team wise.
bases,
Like you have Dan OM and Saucy there, you have Colin and Tommy Dilzer, Darren O'Brien, Liam O'Orlan, Raf Basket, they haven't changed. So you have O'Shane and Cruiser, Seabucks and Ryan Daff, you have Jack Harrisons and Kelly, and then Connor OB and Owen BRX, and then Eloy Khan and Sully too. So it's like there's not many, like how many tens, you wouldn't even see a second in between. Well, Ryan Dav's improved a lot, so he's like literally close right up to the back of the pack now. Like he'd be in there.
Cruiser as well.
Kelly will be struggling. He's gonna struggle there, but I think that
He's too
this,
quick for tier 2.
yeah, but I think this year he will he probably take a learning in this game,
Yeah,
but, and then hopefully to push on to a next game. So
And obviously it's interesting to see how Owen will get on. Champ.
yeah, that's it. Like you have Tommy and Owen there. Like there's another world. Like, I think it's the most world titles in bloody tier 1. 6 there. So it's good to see as well. So Colin and Tommy, I think they have 2 different personalities there. They'll work well together. Lemo and Raf Basket, they've always worked well, and then Dilzer and Darren O'Brien. I'd say about 6/10 will separate all that field. Well, probably more,
Yeah.
6 to 7. I'd say about 7 or up to a second, depending on the length of the track. But yeah, any predictions, Colin, on yourself?
Look, I'll just say, look, I think you'll win it Slayer. Look, I think you're going to get quicker, and I think there could be, I think you'll agree as well, some people might have more of a chance to maybe win the race this season. So, yeah, look, I think you'll win it, and I think Limo will come second, and I reckon Sully will come third.
Yeah,
Sully is he's coming out as a bit of a surprise for everyone this tier, so he's going to be like a torpedo. So yeah, I think Sully will get third or second. I think. Look, I'm gonna have faith in my teammate, but I think yeah, this some friends, yeah, Williams friends, yeah, but yeah, look, it's gonna be it'll be tight, and obviously then I'm obviously getting scared of times there. Farrell, so Farrell's like a Jack Russell. He's there, be there in your face in this season coming now. So it'll be fun to watch. Definitely Tommy as well, and yeah,
they're all great. They're all great drivers. They're all great drivers.
I can say good things about everyone in this tier. Like not.
Yeah, like this tier, like I never knew I'd get. It's weird
So
because like,
competitive.
yeah, and I get on so well with them all. Like I don't have an issue with any other driver. Like I'd even have a good lash with the lads on a few beers out. Like, you know what I mean? I wouldn't leave any. They're just, and it's mad with a tier that competitive. But obviously when the Tuesday comes, the old game face is on. Yeah. But Wheeler, any predictions for yourself?
Well, again, this is a tight one. I expect you to win your 5th world title, but I do think it would be close. For me personally, I would obviously love the chance. last race as it's for excitement. Again, I think, you know, Limo and Oisin will be up there again. Tommy and obviously Farrell being very quick. Yeah, I think the two Williams lads, I know I'm going to back you, Conor, to get in at least the top 6 for.
Thanks, Milo. I appreciate that. Thank you.
No worries.
Hope you do well yourself now.
Yeah, but that's 100 drivers all wrapped up, and all of them. Well, it's 98% sure that we have it, but
The 98 drivers we're sure of.
yeah. Well, we have 100, but it's just whether who's 100% racing and who's not. It's just getting. It's hard to get on like contact with 100 drivers to make sure.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, that's that, and it's hopefully it's a good season, and it's the last season on this game, and it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be fun. Like personally, myself, like I took a break there for about 2.5 weeks off games, longest break, or 3 weeks. Haven't played it, so
Yeah.
I was itching to get back there, get the cobwebs off, and enjoy it. Like I think a good break was needed that season, and I say for a few other drivers, it was good for them to have a little bit of a break up, because it's gonna be some people will find it very serious and mentally tiring on some, and then someone just can't wait to just have a laugh, and that's what we're here, and that's what we want to. But yeah, that's that, and we get onto the calendar. The lads are dying to know. But, right, I'll go on the calendar here. So, I'll go on the time trial. We just click the mark, right? So we have race 1 of 12. So this season will last up till. So tier 3 will begin on the 25th of April, and then F1 2021 comes out 16th of July, and I had a good feeling it'll come out then. That's why we had this lengthy break. So tier 5 will end the 15th of July, so the day before, literally a couple of hours before the game comes out. Tier 5, that's when it'll end. So right, so we're gonna go to track 1 first. Track 1 first is the Netherlands. There you go, the track 1. Do you like that track? I don't think you've played the old games, haven't you?
I don't. On this do laps around it, and obviously very quick circuit, and I enjoyed it. So for me, there. So
yeah, it's good for a driver. It'll probably be not the best for overtaking, but if you get a good last.
You got the one good long straight or 2 straight, so yeah.
So yeah, so that's race 1. So yourself, Conor, how'd you feel about it?
Yeah, Netherlands is a hit or miss for me. Yeah, look, it's a class track to drive. Absolutely love it to drive, but I think.
Look, it's out of the way, like. It's out of the way, like I think that it's just.
But it's gonna be a good track. It'll be a good track now. It's very tight up in your face. Like. Conserving your fuel, not so much fuel, but your ERS is a big thing around there. It's if you have to be relying on your pace, your sole pace, nothing on with the ERS. Like that straight is the only thing really you can overtake on. I think the second and the DRS zone in the 3rd sector, I think is probably on the 2 places you can really overtake there. You know, so it's gonna be good. Be a good track.
That's it. So I'll move on to round 2. Bahrain short. Oh. So Bahrain short is the next one. So I think I've noticed a lot of top leagues have used it, and it seems like the racing is good and it's close, and cars. No, it's hard for one car to pull away.
Yeah.
So
basically the first corner and just the last sector.
Yeah, but I have it on 100%, and it's going to be good. A lot of overtaking, and I want this season to try to be the best with overtakes and racing wise. And I've looked back certain tracks that were the best and people enjoyed the most. So that's that. Right, so we go to round 3. Spain. I know he's a lion. I'm at the start. Spain, so Milo, about yourself in Spain.
Yeah, I don't think it's ever been one of the strongest tracks, but again, it's not really one for, you know, a lot of overtaking. So you qualify well there, you're in a good show.
Yeah, that's it. It's a track where qualifying, yeah, it's well, but if you look after your tires, well, as I could remember, you get rewarded. So yeah, it's a good track. And how would you feel about O'Connell? I think I told you that.
Yeah, I had a race there last week, so it was. I think you have to go on the mediums. I think for it to be somewhat bearable. You can do soft hard, but yeah. Look, Spain is Spain, as everyone says. It's pain without the S. But yeah, look, it's a good track. And there's that straight, just 2 straights there you can overtake on. So it should be good. It'll be close, I think.
That's good.
But it'll be tricky. It's a very easy track to catch your out on as well, and it can be focused for penalties as well.
That's true.
But yeah, look, it's a good track. Like it should have a good race and some tight race anyway. We should hope.
So that's it. We move on to round 4. It will be Mexico.
Ooh, lovely.
Mexico will be next for round 4.
Penalty central.
I think just the middle sector will be for penalties, but
yeah,
a lot of overtakes as well, and
that's huge straight. Yeah, you even get a triple overtakes going on there, like.
Yeah, and I've noticed.
So
I've noticed that when it rains here, it bloody rains.
Mexico, yeah.
So I've noticed in this game, well, once they get wet weather, like I think it was your league cause, I think it was tier 2, there was, I'm not sure what tier, it was lightning in it, and the safety car came out or something.
Was this recently?
I think it was a while ago, somewhere at the start of the game, but I know
in costs in their endurance race they had a full wet race, a full 100% wet race.
No, it wouldn't have been that.
And it was torrential rains, and it was very bad rain. So yeah, it does rain. It's almost monsoon conditions, like.
Yeah, so it's
but
good.
Obviously, it is Mexico, so chance of rain will be slim.
It's good track,
yeah.
good track. So we'll go on to round. What? That's round 4.
Round 5 now.
Round 5 is Abu Dhabi.
Jesus.
So we have that. So we have round 5 Abu Dhabi in the night.
Ooh,
I know it doesn't seem like in real life it's not a good track to watch, but it's a great racetrack if you get close, and then there's plenty of overtakes. So I know from experience in tier 2 and tier 1 in season 3, there was good races, and tier 3 also was good there. So, and also a big shout out to Lahern with the time limiter. Well, the time limiter, the pit limiter coming out of there. So
that was gas.
So we go on to the next one.
Round 6.
Round 6 is Belgium.
Ooh, lovely.
6 is Belgium. So Gary,
few lads rubbing their hands together at the moment.
few lads, yeah. And what do you think of Belgium? Yeah, what just the lads? What you think?
Yeah, Belgium is good. It'll be tight. There's a few, as I think we both know, me and yourself, buddies, know, there's a few quick boys around Belgium, and I think there's one in particular, 2 lads in particular that love and hate Belgium. So, yeah, look, that's a good track. It's going to be tight. I reckon the top 10 will be within 5-6 seconds of each other. Like,
Yeah,
it'll be a good train, like.
yeah, that's
It's
true.
a DRS train at the end of the day, but it's, I think last season we had rain at the start, went to dry, so anything can go if you get head over heels in that track, you know.
So Wheelo.
That's a good track.
Oh, sorry, yeah, it's a good track, and obviously Rouge people are saying the main corner. Well, I don't see it as a corner. I just see it flat out.
Fair enough for Rouge.
You hit it in season 1, did you? No, you didn't hit it. You haven't hit it. Actually, you haven't hit it. Yeah, you haven't.
Season 1.
No, you
I
didn't.
think I did in qualifying.
Yeah, yeah. So you're
But not in a race.
Wheelo. I know Wheelo's been a victim of
I
it.
did, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wheelo and Irish Gary are victims of Rouge.
What do you think, Wheelo? Belgium?
Yeah, obviously it wasn't a great track for me last year, but obviously it's a great track to race around, you know, very quick, so it's obviously a lot of carnage and overtaking, so yeah.
Yes.
Hopefully I can do better. Hopefully I'll last better than 5 laps this year, so.
Yeah, that's true. So there might be a shocker on this one, not so, but we're on to the next one.
Killed going for Rouge.
Azerbaijan, the next one. Some people will like this one, some people will hate it, but I think it's a real driver's track. You're really on the edge, and
I was actually I've a race there tomorrow, so I was doing a bit of time trial, and I noticed Mr. Dan OM and Mr. Seabucks were all, I think we're in 600s of each other so far in Baku. So that track, yeah, it's, if you're not 100% tuned in all the time, it's going to punish you. That castle section will send you to heaven, like. So yeah, it's a, people hate it, and some people then they absolutely love it.
that's it. I know I'm not a big, huge fan of it personally, but it's just one of those tracks where it can switch any moment. I know in season 3, round 1, Gary hit the wall there actually, and the safety car came out for Gary, and he was about 20 seconds on the lead, and the safety car came out for him. Yeah. Just it's madness. It's chaotic, and
so people say, nah, you cunts, come up the carnage at the castle.
That's it. So that
Azerbaijan.
Azerbaijan, but yourself, Wheelo, you haven't raced around there yet, have you not? No,
I don't think
you love it, Wheelo.
You'd be one I can struggle in.
but you never know.
You love it.
Yeah, castle section will kill a few people, but we go on to the next one.
I think it might catch out a few tier 1 lads at castle section as well, 100%. I think there'll be a crash there every tier.
So where's the next one? So the next one is Canada. So I'm not too sure how people will think of this, or it's
not as good as it was last game.
No, it's a hard track.
A lot harder than it was last game, I think.
It's I'm not too sure. I know with the extra downforce in these cars, it's better. I think it's better than the last game, but it's, you can overtake, but it's just one of those, you're on the limit as well. It's like if you get a wing damage, you have to be a patience as well. It's
that final chicane then is going to kill a few people with penalties wise as well.
Yeah,
it's a very easy track to pick a penalty and a warning up, and especially in qualifying, like you'd almost be inclined to do like a 90% pace lap to even get in a lap, you know.
Yeah, so that's
Canada's good though, but it's just good racing usually in Canada.
Round 8 Canada. So Wheelo, what do you think of Canada?
Yeah, it's actually a track that I've liked racing on in the past, obviously in other games, but I like very, good, nice track to race on in my opinion. So.
Yeah, so that's Canada. So right, so we got to round 9. So we're coming into crunch time. Bahrain. So it's not Bahrain short, Bahrain. So that'll be. We have
little track.
Yeah, so we have 2 Bahrains.
I think Ben Ratcliffe will be happy. He was complaining there was no normal Bahrain, so he'll be happy.
Yeah, so we have the normal Bahrain. So I think it's been a great track, and the last race last season was, all of them were great to watch. So it's a track where you can't go down and have a cup of tea and go to the Jacks and have your Barry White. You'll have to just watch all of it. So
yeah.
So that's it, lads. So next one is
final round of is it?
No, it's round 10.
No.
Round 10. We have France.
That's a good track now.
So, round 10 is France. Paul Ricard.
You can't really hate France.
I think this track will favour the lads that don't like the Canadas and Azerbaijan with walls. I think they'd be delighted to see a bit of freedom, a bit of light at the end of the season with no walls. But yeah, it's a good track. It's good overtaking. Personally, I've struggled in race with that, but it's a great track. What do you think yourself, Conal?
Yeah, I personally like France, and I think Farrell and Gary like France as well. Talked to them about it 2 weeks ago, and I think a lot of people like France. Can't really hate on France. You know, it's like, I know the tyre wear is shocking around there, but you know it's grand. It's second sector is just straight, like, and you have chicane in the middle, which is a good overtaking spot.
Yeah,
so
that's.
There'll be no fear of overtaking anyway.
That's it, and obviously weather. You never know, weather around France, it can come and go. I've noticed. So, Willow, yourself about France, you feel confident?
Yeah, I think it's another track that I've never raced on, so yeah. So I don't know about France because I've not done it, but I've seen that it's a lot. I've seen obviously on the main Formula One, and it's obviously good long straights and a lot of overtaking, so that'll be an excitement, I think, for everyone watching.
That's it. And then, yeah, so we go to the second last one. Austria.
Yes. That's probably one of everyone's favourites.
Austria, so great track. It's short lap, 3 DRS zone, so it's very hard to get out of everyone's way. So it's just
DRS train.
yeah, it's just, but it's good. Like, if you get a good exit of turn 1 up the hill, even with when they have DRS, you can't overtake. It's a good track. Everybody, I think 90% of the people like it here. So, and
yeah, I think no one hates Austria. Can't really, like, or you're a bit weird to be fair.
Yeah. So it's but you're at the edge of limit with track like invalidations. Like, you could go for a real quick lap, and then last 2 corners you can invalidate. At turn 1 you can too. So it's a good track. So last one. I'll put this last one because back in about 10 years ago, or less than 10 years ago, it used to always be a cracker for the last race of the season, and it's gonna be Brazil. Just thought it was just always Brazil was good to have a last race of the season, so I thought I'd put it for the last race of this game. I thought I would put it up, and it seems like everybody, I don't think, like, last season was great. I remember watching every tier, was just everything was happening, and everybody was clean. I noticed in Brazil, like, majority of the people, I noticed in the reports. So yeah, that's the last track of the season, and Brazil, that's our calendar, and I'll have it out on the calendar section in the Discord and the teams. So, and Brazil, obviously, you can change. Everything could go down to the last race. I think it was the last race in season 2, and a few championship disorders have been down there, so it'd be good to have it there. And what you think, lads, on that calendar?
Yeah, solid. Few shitty ones, but mostly good ones.
It's hard to get 12 good tracks like in a row. So
yeah. We have to include the other ones as well.
Look, everybody's opinion to it, and it's good to have a good mixture up. And I think anything every tier will probably go down to Brazil. You never know, but they're 2, Austria and Brazil, good 2 last tracks there, and overtaking and excitement. But who knows whether we don't control the weather, so you never know what will come. So yeah, that's it, and that's calendar, lads. That's all I can say. But I've one more surprise for you now. Next week, right? We are gonna do a classics race, alright?
Oh. Can't wait.
Hold on there. I'll have the on Ted's notebook. Right, so we're gonna have Schumacher's 04 in Monza. Alright. And I might be doing, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm gonna have it in the Discord. Farrell will be the man. He's the man who's gonna be sorting out the exhibition races all season long. But I thought I'd put this in the week before. We'll have a bit of crack. And this will be for Monza, the 04 one. And then we are gonna go to, I don't know if they're gonna be 50% or 25% races, but we're gonna have them during the week, and we're gonna just mix. It doesn't matter if we don't get, like, say tier 3, 20, 10 only show up. We'll mix them around. We'll get full lobbies. It doesn't have to be who's the quickest and who's this completely different car. So we just mix things up.
Yeah, I think Jack Hurston's organised the other night a 50% around full quality. Well, no, truck quality 50% around Italy in the 04 cars there. And it was very good fun. So I think everyone will enjoy that.
Yeah. So and then next we are gonna go to Brazil. The McLaren 2008.
I thought you were going to say the 88. 1988 McLaren.
No.
It's like a fucking bus.
The McLaren 2008 we're going to have this week also. And then good track, L Hamilton, and he had this memories. So it's good to have a bit of personally I've never raced this car. I think I haven't raced this car in about 2 years, so
yeah, it's a good little car.
So I think it's a lot. And then we are gonna have the Red Bull 2010. It's gonna be the last one in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah, Sebi win his first championship.
So that's, we're gonna have all them sorted out during the week. We're gonna have it each day for them and probably different times. So yeah, so that's a little bit of surprise, no harm. Just have a bit of laugh, and I think myself and Farrell, well, mainly Farrell, probably organise it better. So
could be like a equal setup kind of thing, maybe. We'll see, like.
Could do an equal. Yeah, it could be fair for everyone, an equal setup.
So it's the same for everyone.
Or you could just change what setup you like on it. If you not like, you only use a increased top speed one or whatever. So
yeah.
But that's everything, lads. And what do you think of that, Wheeler? Would you like that now?
Yeah, sounds good. I like the old McLaren 2008.
Yeah, it's nice.
Renault 2005 as well, that was a good car. Alonso's.
That 2006 one's in the game, I think, it's a nice little car as well, yeah.
So, yeah, Farrell will probably update them weekly. So, like, I know I could see Jono saying the Jordan around Spa. We could easily put that in for 4 days, for the 4 days leading up. We could easily put that in. We could. That's a good one. That's a good one too. We're good back in the early 90s. So yeah, we could.
I think a lot of us weren't around.
yeah, a few of the older lads.
Don't watch that live, I'd say.
But yeah, that's that for season 5. Gary Drobro Awards night. President. We have it. I spoke to people about this since about season 1, even about obviously with the coronavirus. We can't go anywhere. We can't book anywhere. So I think once everything is opening back up and we can go places, I think we'll all, myself and the head admins, will look for a spot in Ireland, and we do an awards presentation from season 1 onwards, and then we'll work on it ourselves. So that's
obviously taking everyone's health into consideration as well, kind of, so that'll be safe and everything.
Yeah, and age wise as well, like you can't, I think they have to be a certain age as well, so like we don't want the, but that's when everything opens back up anyway, so we'll just have to take it day by day. That's it. And that's it. That's all I have to say.
Look forward to it. I think 3 of us here are all looking forward to it now, getting stuck in again, getting the grind back on, as they say. So
that's it. And That's it, and we'll have everything up on the Discord anyway. And for the admins who are watching, I'm gonna have a roster for each one when they're doing the reports. So the lads, the admins are listening, will have that, so it's easier and ideal. And then make sure when you're clicking in to send the footage, click the ticket, and it will come up as a ticket, and you'll come in with the tiers with the admins and stewards. Instead of sending it to somebody, just press the button, boom, they can have a vote, and you're in the chat and you can discuss. And if the person doesn't like the penalty, just appeal the penalty, and you'll go in and have a discussion in a ticket with the lads.
Step by step why we gave you the penalty and
Yeah,
stuff like that. We'll have a conversation if we should remove it and things like that, or worsen the severity of the penalty. So it's all good.
and especially
Make
there
everyone
was,
happy, basically.
yeah, and especially with the suggestions, we took everyone's suggestion in on the Zoom call that night, and Gary is going to be the main man for that. So when you suggest the ticket, it'll just come in me and Gary in the ticket, because I obviously have to create the ticket, but Gary will note that down, and we'll have that for the new game for season 6. So, and people are probably even asking when it will be season 6, when the next season, but probably season 6 will be sometime in August anyway. So that's really it. And yeah, we're gonna have a look over the rules now this week and make sure I read over them, and we're probably gonna update them, so have everything nice and fresh for next season. And make sure you have your video saved, and we're getting a bit more stricter on the video saved incident, because it's getting a bit out of hand. But once we get strict on it, everybody will get on. So yeah, we are starting next Sunday in the Netherlands for tier 3, 9:30 p.m. tier 2 Monday 9:30 p.m. tier 1 Tuesday 10 p.m. tier 4 9:30 p.m. tier 4 9:30 p.m. on the Wednesday, and then Thursday tier 5 10 p.m. Holy God, Jesus, nearly a tier for every day of the week. Kelly, we already set the teams out. They're already, just look back on the stream and go back, and they're all sent out. But right, gonna leave it there, gonna get some food and take it easy.
See you lads, enjoy.
Right.